Peace, peace. We back at it once again. It's your boy TYRAINE here with another one. If you want a free reading, understanding your purpose and why you're here, go to tyraine.com and put in your information, and I'll send you a free reading. Once you know your purpose for being here, then everything else will fall in place. But that's always step one. So we're gonna go ahead on and take a look at the charts. Let me share my screen. What I like to do is, because it's the beginning of the month, today is November the 2nd, I like to look at the monthly chart for some possible swing trades for the month. And we're going to start with Euro USD. Now, Euro USD, I'm really liking this for a sale. It looks like we're about to start trending down. You look at the weekly, we already have started going down. On the daily, we started to go down. So I'm really waiting for a pullback, and I would like to see a continuation for the month. We can actually go into trading view, and let me share my screen again. We can go to trading view, and we'll type in Euro USD. Wanda, I think I've already drew this chart up. Pretty sure I drew it up already. Actually, Euro USD, good. Blank chart. Oh, it's already drawn up. Like I said, I drew it up already. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to another one that I haven't drawn up. Go to FXCM. And let me just get rid of everything. I'm going to get rid of the drawings. And we're going to get rid of the indicators. If anybody wants to know the indicators I use, the moving averages, I use the 9, the 21, the 50, and the 200 and the 800. So it's like five of them. So you can check that out. But I'm gonna remove those indicators, and now we're looking at the monthly. And as you can see on the monthly, you scroll down, show you something. We can do a trend right here, all the way to here for the monthly. Make it red, and if you make it a little bigger, you can see that we actually have a zone here as well. And this is what we're looking at. Bam. So as you can see, this one I believe is going to pull back probably to somewhere around here. I will probably put me entry right around here. Let's see. Right around here, which is 1.16261. Somewhere around here, maybe a little lower at the bottom of this. I'll probably be looking for somewhere around here to get in. Stop loss would be the high of the previous month. So stop loss would be up here. I mean, it would be a substantial stop loss, but you'd be on the monthly. You'd be looking at 182 pips, but you would be looking to go somewhere down here. Um, it could come back and hit this low, or at least somewhere around here. So, but we'll wait for a pullback this week, and this is one we definitely want to keep an eye on. I think I got 1.16053 as a possible entry. But once it gets around here, just keep an eye on it. You look at it on the weekly chart, and you can kind of see it looks like it broke this zone here on the weekly. Must be a little zone there. And so we're kind of looking for a pullback on the weekly. So this is definitely one to keep an eye on. Okay, let's go ahead on and finish running through the pairs. So we got one. Let's see. GBP USD. This is another one that on the monthly I got a sale. If you look at the weekly, it's already been going down. Daily, it's been going down. So we're waiting on a pullback on that one as well. And just draw your support and resistance and look for a pullback. But this is we're just basically looking at long term. What I feel is going to do for the long term over the next month. And again, make sure that you go down to the weekly, daily. You ideally would want to get in on a daily or the 4 hour for this swing, but it's going to be big pip stop loss, but it's a lot of opportunity. And if you go down to the 4 hour, you can probably get in at a better place as well. But keep an eye open for that one. USD Swiss. Now this one's been playing around for a while, a lot of faking, but I think she's ready to go. We got a buy on the weekly. We got a buy on the monthly. The daily has already started to move up, and I'm actually waiting for a pullback. So once this pulls back, this is when we're definitely going to get in. So let's take a look at this USD Swiss. Share my screen. Let's see here. Excuse me, USD Swiss. Forex.com. And I've already kind of drawn this up, but we got some support and resistance zones here that I've drawn on the 4 hour. And what I would like to see is just to come back down here. Let's see. For entry, I would like to come back to this zone 79979. That's a pretty good. If we can come back around there, that would be a good entry. I'm gonna set an alarm for there. And if it does, then that can be a possible buy. We're gonna keep an eye open for that. But right now it's kind of at this zone, so we're looking for a pullback. If you look at the monthly, you can see. So we would like to come down here somewhere and then go up. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. Um, Definitely would like to enter on the daily or the 4 hour. So as you can see, it looks like we pulled up. It looks like we're about to come back down, and then hopefully we'll go back up. And I definitely would recommend drawing support and resistance zones. Let's see here. There's another one right here. Yeah. So this is a nice little. I don't know if it's going to come back to this line, but if it comes anywhere near here, then this is probably going to be a good entry. So we'll keep an eye on USD Swiss. Let's finish going through the pairs. On the monthly chart, again, we're looking at the monthly. GBP Swiss, Euro JPY. Now this is one that um I'm in for a sale, but I'm off of the daily. So this is one you could potentially get in now. And I think this may end up going down. Um it may end up translating to a weekly drop or a monthly drop, but we're gonna keep an eye on it. But I'm in that now. Let's see here. Okay, there's another one, Euro AUD. Now this is looking like on the monthly, we about to go down. It's already started to drop on the weekly. And on the daily, it's already dropped. So we really just waiting for a pullback. On the daily, we'd like to have us a pullback and then possibly get in. So this is one we want to keep an eye on, but we got to wait for the pullback. Euro CAD. Let's see, Euro CAD real quick. I'm gonna take a look at this. This is another one. It's already dropped on the daily. It's dropping on the weekly. We probably want to wait for this to pull back some. And this may be one that we can get in as well. But let's keep going. Um, okay. So this is GBP CAD on a monthly, weekly, daily. So this is one that I like on the monthly, but we've already started to drop. So we're gonna have to wait for a pullback. You don't want to get in now because it's already it should be about the on the 4 hour we got a buy signal. So you definitely don't want to get in now. But over the next week, this is one you might want to keep an eye on as well. Looks like we have some pairs that's about to start trending. Um, okay. AUD Swiss. This is another one. Let's take a look at this. We'll pull this up. AUD Swiss. Pull this up. AUD Swiss. Now, this is another one based on the monthly. As you can see, I've been watching this, been keeping my eye on it. But if you notice here, you got this long candle, long wick, which really took out a lot of people. It actually, I was in this and I got taken out by that. But now I think it's ready to go. If you notice, the open is 52598 and the low is 52598. So it's probably going to drop some because on the monthly, you're going to have a wick on both ends. You're really going to have a candlestick with no wick on one of the ends. And you can just go through here and see for months, you never see a candlestick with no wick. Yeah, not on the monthly. I think it's one here. Let me see. This might be low. 66504 open 6650604. So nope, that's not the same. Open and the low is not the same. Yeah, you don't see it. So I'm just going back, kind of looking to see if I see any. Close 64426 low. Nope. So yeah, so that's very rare. So we can probably expect this to come down some before it comes up. How far it's gonna come down, we don't know, because you got this long wick. It could come down somewhere in this area and then go up. But this is one you definitely want to keep your eye on. AUD Swiss. We looking because we got a buy on the monthly, we got a buy on the weekly. It already started to go up, and then it then went up on the daily. So we're waiting for a pullback, and hopefully we can get in this one as well. Share my screen. All right, we'll go through a few more pair. We should be done here. Let's see, monthly. No, CAD Swiss. Nah. NZD Swiss. NZDJPY. GBP This is another one we can look at. Let's do a screen share. D. Now this one I like for the monthly chart as well. And it looks like this should be pulling back some. And we should be able to get in probably later this week. So I would like to see this gap filled up. And a gap here. And so it will probably come back up and fill this gap, possibly, or come back up in this area somewhere and then go down. So this is definitely one we're keeping an eye on, GBP NZD for a sale. If you look at the daily, it was dropping for some days. I think it's pulling back. It should continue to drop. So this is one we're going to definitely keep the eye um, on the monthly. Again, I don't think it'll go higher than this. I think this is the high, and I think the next two monthly candlesticks, I think are going to be lower than this. If I had to guess, now if we get in around here, and I mean, I don't think we would need to put it at the high. That's 452. We probably can put it somewhere around here, but we'll have to wait until it comes up and then check the lower time frames. But this should drop to at least around here, minimum. You should be at least somewhere in this zone. So you could go from zone to zone. You go from this zone to this zone, which is a total of 587 pips. We can just go from this zone to this zone. And I think that's doable. So we just gotta really pay attention and wait for our entry, and that's gonna be again on the daily or the 4 hour. So we'll keep an eye on it. But this one is definitely a strong sell on the monthly. Mm, and we only have a couple more pair: NZD USD, NZD CAD. This one possibly looks like a buy as well. It's been going down, but this pair is a little choppy, so I don't particularly care for it. And then GBP this is another one that I think is gonna drop, but it looks like on the monthly, I mean on the weekly and the daily. So I'm actually in this one as well for a sale. So these are my predictions. We got a couple of good ones that we need to keep an eye on for the month. Possibly be able to get into some of these within the next within this week, like maybe early this week, like maybe Monday, Tuesday, and be and be good, or it might be a week next week. But we're gonna keep our eyes open because some of these pairs we're gonna be able to get in early and ride it for the whole month. And that's the goal. Once you get in, you can then get in again and again, take multiple positions. So this is what we're looking at. Um, Again, go in, draw up the pairs that I talked about. See if you see what I see. This is just a overview. You take it, with the grain of salt, but this is an overview of what I'm looking at on the monthly time frames. You can go in, draw them up yourself, see what you see, and because if you catch one of these on the monthly, it's a game changer because you can run for 2 or 3 months, and you can just keep adding on and adding on if you know how to do it right on the lower time frames and really make a killing off of one pair. So this is what we're looking at. If you got any questions, reach out again. Go back to my website just so you can end on that note. Again, TYRAINE.com. Hit us up. Free reading. Give you a breakdown. And if you want more like information like this, join the community. Divine Forex. We're teaching numerology, Forex, health information. It's just a community of like minded people that wants to grow their money, focus on their health, and learn more about who they are and what their purpose is. We also got the nonprofit here in Atlanta. We're teaching the 52 block to the youth. So tap in with 52aod.org. My son has the website, artforkids.art. He's a phenomenal artist. Check him out. Get back with us. Until next time, peace.